Congresswoman Summer Lee of Pittsburgh. She has graced us with her presence at the Netroots Nation conference. So how are you today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. And so I saw you took a trip with Chris DeLuzio to the Moshannon Valley Ice Detention Center. So what did you learn at that trip?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this was our first time being able to get in, and I believe we're the first Congresspeople to be able to do so. You know, the first time I went, they didn't let us in.
Yeah.
So we weren't sure if they would let us in. They didn't let our staff in.
Yeah.
But we ended up doing a tour for about 2.5 hours. You know, we saw, we had a number of questions that we had, you know, just for, you know, the folks who are running the facilities. We've heard a lot of really troubling things from people on the inside. Troubling things about their food and their water, about, you know, unsanitary conditions, even about sexual abuse from some staff. So we wanted to get in there and see for ourselves. Now, of course, you know, we got a pretty sanitized tour, but we were able to talk to a number of the women.
Okay.
Some of them who we believe may have been retaliated against since, and we're worried about, you know, their safety. And one of the gentlemen who led a hunger strike that we've been told, we also believe has now been, you know, punished and transferred. So it was a very interesting tour. We didn't have we didn't get to bring in a translator. So communicating with so many people whose first language is not English was really difficult. And I think it would have been better for our ability to do oversight if we could actually ask those people questions. So when we go next time, if we go back or if our colleagues go back, you know, we really want to make sure that we're actually getting time to talk to detainees.
Or bring someone who knows Spanish.
And we will, if we give 24. No, I mean, we can also bring, we have staff with translators. We have people who can help us with that. But they weren't able to get in this time, but they would be able to next time.
Okay. And I see the recent, you had a War Powers resolution that was passed in the Congress. Was that regarding Iran or Lebanon?
That one was Iran. That it has been a long saga, right? From the very beginning of the initial strikes in Iran, you know, Americans have been saying that this is not authorized. This is also not moral. It's not moral, which is a completely different sentiment from whether it has congressional authorization. But in this case, it was neither, right? It is neither a moral or ethical thing to do, and it is also not legal.
And it's killing the economy.
I mean, it's killing people.
Yeah.
It's killing people. You know, real people, a culture, one of the oldest on earth. You know, pretty indiscriminately. And we know that it was an extension of other conflicts that are happening, that are getting out of control because of the United States involvement. So there has been an attempt by Congress, or a call for Congress, to exert its power over, you know, the executive branch, which is what a War Powers resolution is to say that the executive branch does not have the constitutional right to unilaterally declare war without an act of Congress. So finally, after many attempts and a lot of stalling, we were able to pass this out of both the Senate and the House.
Enough Republicans to vote for it.
And Democrats, because let's be real, the big holdup for the last 3 attempts, you know, was that a Democrat would not vote for it.
Okay. Hopefully, and hopefully, it has to get past the Senate.
It already passed the Senate.
Oh, it did? Okay.
So, I mean, there has been, I think that there is a mandate now, right, coming from Congress. It is now, you know, bipartisan. It is, you know, one voice that the Congress is saying that the executive branch does not have the right to carry out this war.
Yeah. So hopefully they can rein Trump in. So, and I've been asked by some people, like, about the state-based Universal Health Care Act. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not as familiar with it, but as a federal official, I'm always pushing for Medicare for all nationally, because we recognize that it doesn't matter what state you're in, but I am a huge supporter of us being able to move at the state level.
Well, it does give states more leeway to pass.
I think that's really important.
So, yes, I mean, you know, well, of course, Vermont came close to enacting it. But still, there's efforts at each level.
Yes, and I think that's important right now, especially where we have a federal government, you know, that isn't moving. So in those states where we have legislatures, where we have organizing efforts, I mean, I think it's a really good opportunity to, you know, protect, you know, our people. We have to take it every time we can.
Yes. Okay, and I guess one other thing I noticed, we do a lot of data journalism on our site, and we noticed that, say, like in the Stowe Rock School District, about 1 in 5 of the students in the district are homeless. Let's say, you know, what efforts would you be pursuing to address these issues?
So I actually don't represent Stowe Rocks.
Oh, you don't?
I don't. But you
there
know,
are
transient students and students who are homeless it is a societal problem.
Is Duquesne
Duquesne
here?
is.
So yes, that's also one of the poorest districts.
Yeah, certainly these are policy failures. I mean, aside from the fact that we just saw the largest Medicaid cuts in history, and we're seeing the largest cuts to SNAP benefits in districts, it's going to be a compounding issue. So, you know, fighting to make sure that our federal government is actually making the investment into these young people, into children. Again, we spend, I believe the figure at one point was $1 billion a day in Iran, and then we can't house a child in Duquesne. You know, we're spending billions of dollars on foreign conflicts, and there are Americans who don't have food. There are American schools that are crumbling. American infrastructure is crumbling. So, you know, I think that my priority is really clear, that we need to invest in more people. We need to invest in our communities and jobs. We should be doing all of that. And we can do that by holding corporations accountable, by holding the Department of Defense accountable, and by redirecting our priorities.
Well, I do think Trump is very good at manufacturing crises to distract people from the ones we've had for a long time.
He creates new ones, absolutely. You know, the more that you start to look at the fact that, you know, poverty is a choice, and that we're choosing, you know, poverty, you know, we're choosing corporations over addressing poverty, right? That starts to make them look bad.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for yours.
And well, I'll be happy to put this on our website. Well, look forward. Are you headed upstairs for the?
No, I'm
Democrats in Pennsylvania. But anyway, if you guys know young people, you've got brothers and sisters, or you've got children or grandchildren in that age, sign them up for Democracy Summer, because we need them. Now we've got for you today, everybody can take home a Democracy Summer poster made for us by Shepard Fairey, who the artist who did the Obama Hope poster and a lot of other great progressive art. We've got t-shirts for everybody, and we want you to take home a love and an interest in Democracy Summer so you can spread the word all over the country, because we need an entire new generation of Democratic organizers, leaders, and office holders across the country. So check out all of our stuff. We thank you all for coming, and I thank you all for your incredible activism. You know, the mainstream media that the right wing used to denounce has been taken over by the right wing, by MAGA. So what do we have? We've got you guys. You guys are the voice of the people, and the media in the hands of Netroots Nation is not the enemy of the people. You are the people's best friend. And that's why I wanted to come here to stand with you guys, tell you about Democracy Summer, and I hope you will help us promote Democracy Summer all over the country. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you, Chris Rapp. Chris, you want to say hello to everybody? Welcome, Congressman-to-be Chris Rapp.
You are too kind. I want to thank you so much for taking me under your wing, for endorsing me, and for showing example to everyone what a public servant looks like. Not a politician, a public servant. And so I'm really excited to be joining you in Congress, along with so many other prospective badasses. Yeah? And your leadership has a serious impact, and I'm just so appreciative of your mentorship, your wisdom, and let's do the thing, people.
Any questions?